Okay, so today is February something. Hold on. 17th, and it is 6:03 a.m. And I've been up and out of bed since 4:30. I don't know why. I think this is my first video of the year, so Happy New Year. I haven't really had much to say. Actually, I have, but I wanted to wait because I didn't know how it was going to turn out. But Happy New Year. And, alright, so the August last year, well, 2020, so last year, I began classes to become a foster parent. And I don't remember when they started. But it was done over Zoom. And instead of 10-week classes, we did 8 weeks. And it was every week. And reading and a lot of paperwork. Getting fingerprinted, background checks, central registry, which of course is whatever, it's normal for that stuff. And even with where I work, I don't, it is what it is. I have nothing to hide. So the only thing that was really a hold up was my driver's license, because it expired on my birthday. And we still can't go to the DMV unless it's for stuff that can't be done online. So I guess the governor extended all that, but I just renewed my license online, and I have to get my eyes checked within a year. Or that's whatever. And I need to have 3 references. One of those references I don't talk to now because we were in a store and footages. I want baby toys because I don't have baby toys. And of course the clothes were right there, and I was like, oh, I want that for my registry and blah blah blah. And that person was like, you know, they're not your real child. You're never going to be a real mom. And I didn't say anything because we were in public. And then we were at checkout, and impulse buy were books, and I was like, oh, I want my baby to be a genius. She's like, you need to be prepared for when they take that baby away from you. They're not taking it. It's not a removal. They're taking back my temporary custody and giving it back to the bio parents. Unless that baby has been released for adoption. So, And of course, I'm gonna still try to have my own baby, so that's whatever. I don't know. Like, I stopped talking to another person because of a race issue. And me having a baby of a different race. Or adopting a baby of a different race. And she's different race. And between that person and the other person, like, if you're gonna say that to me, and I'm a 39-year-old, what are you gonna say to a kid in my care or my kid? Like, I don't talk about a child that, granted, they're not in my custody or my home right now, but eventually I will have a child in my home, and I don't want them talking crap about any child. So, I also didn't say anything because of what happened with a family on this site rehoming their adopted child. Because I didn't want this to be about my fostering. Like, I didn't want to be that person when that was going on. Because it's not about, this isn't what that, they're not connected. Like, you know, there's no GoFundMe page, and it's not me asking for money or, I don't know, whatever else. Anything that I do, I'm paying for myself. Or if I do have help, it will be from my mother, or it will be me taking out a loan, or, with having a biological child, it will be using my insurance through work. Like, so that's another reason why I didn't discuss it. But there was a little snag in the plan. January, a foster parents two brothers that were placed with a family in Schenectady. One of those brothers is no longer living because of the foster parents. They should not have been in Schenectady County to begin with. They are Albany County case. Supposedly there was no place for, the two of them to stay together in Albany County. They put them in a house in, a home in Schenectady County where they have 3 children, but they had only fostered one child overnight before this. And because of the current situation that has been going on for almost a year, they were not doing home visits. They were doing, scheduled FaceTime. The whole thing with home visits is they're supposed to be a surprise. They weren't. And that little boy suffered horribly before he passed. And nobody, I don't know. Last week was also the anniversary of my cousin's baby being her murdering him. Her and her boyfriend being charged with first-degree murder. And having it reduced to the lowest possible sentence they could get. And that was in Arizona. So that had me thinking. If I adopt a baby or foster a baby, I want their law guardian to come to my house for their visits. I want the agency to come to the house for their visits. Wear a mask, wear a hazmat suit, I don't care. The law guardians that I have worked with, and I have worked with a lot of them, all of them probably, will have the parents bring them to family court. No. A child in my care will not be going into that environment. They have also met at McDonald's. No, my child will not be eating McDonald's like that. If you can't represent your client in an appropriate manner, then there's an issue. And friend or not, if you can't come to my house, if you can't see where your client is living and make sure it's clean and healthy and safe, then I'll contact the caseworker, and then I will be contacting the Bar Association and filing a complaint on behalf of that child. That's why I believe that if my cousin and her boyfriend and the baby were living here and they had been in the system, if CPS had been called like it should have been before they left the state because of, things that had happened with the daughter, my cousin, they still would have killed their baby. And having too many cases isn't an excuse to not do your job and not protect your client if you're the law guardian, or your case if you're the caseworker. I don't know. Whatever. His anniversary was last Monday. There was also an accident last Monday involving a sergeant out of patrol, which is Voorheesville. He was K-9 sergeant. He is K-9 sergeant. A price chopper truck, so like one of the big rig trucks was turning, and I don't know if he didn't see the Durango. But the sergeant's car, Durango, whatever, drove and was under it. That night he had brain surgery, has a stent in his brain, he's in a medically induced coma, and he has a trach. Literally, like, right after one of another sergeant's wives started a GoFundMe account, and it is now up to over $800,000. When my cousin was murdered, and I was going through everything, not one person I worked with, higher up wise, said, "I'm sorry for your loss." Not one. I didn't know him. I didn't, whatever, but you know, medical examiners, funeral homes, detectives, I was doing all of that from Albany. I took care of that little boy's body, and not one person said, "I'm so sorry that a 6-month-old was murdered." Not one person. Two people said, "If there's anything you need, let us know." One of those 2 people killed themselves, and it's going to be a year next month. Well, my mother was in a car accident, and we were watching it on the computer through Albany Dispatch, and saw that she was taken to the hospital. I didn't get to leave. You know, and I was told, if you need a ride, let us know. We will take you wherever. When I was allowed to leave, it was basically like, okay, see you later. When my grandmother died, I didn't go to her funeral. So, not that I would have wanted to, but whatever, that's a whole other story. So now it's like, this happens. And you realize how little people think of you. How little people care. And how cruel they are. Blah, that's turned into a downer. Yeah, so that's it. I should go get ready for work, I guess. Have a good day. Thanks for listening to my rambling. All that good stuff. And if you watch this, thank you. And I guess that's it.